So I'm sure you're wondering, why on earth would I buy a Ford? A Ford! It's an American-made car. Wait a second, is the Tesla made in America too? So I'm in the Ford Mach-E because I really wanted to see what all the hoopla was about between this bad boy and my Tesla Model Y. Daddy chill. So let's get started, baby. All right, how do I start this thing? Power start stop. I have to put my foot on the brake and turn it on like a normal car? I'm on the phone with Everyday Jan here. I'm in the Mach-E. I'm gonna put this bad boy in drive. We're just gonna see which one's faster real quick. All right, we're side by side. Ready?
Ready.
3. We're gonna floor it. 3, 2, 1, go. No, so much faster. Okay, good.
Almost ran over a coyote.
There was a coyote? So there you have it. The Model Y long range is definitely faster than the Mach-E. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Everydaychris. My goal is to make your everyday life easier through tech and I guess having a Tesla for your daily drives. But does the Ford Mach-E make your everyday life easier, or does it just make it more difficult? First, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos. I did a comparison between a Rivian, I did a comparison between different Teslas, and I want to do more comparisons in the future. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 60,000 subscribers. Man, 60,000, that's insane. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for getting me here so far. Also, if you guys are considering a Tesla, make sure you use my referral link or my wife, Everyday Jan's referral link, since I maxed mine out for the year, for a sweet discount on a new Tesla so that I can go to the Cybertruck event. I literally used all my points for the raffle, but hopefully I win the raffle. And make sure you guys like this video, share it with your grandma, your ex-lover. Yes, your ex-lover. So let's quickly get price out of the way with the Ford Mach-E. Now, they make it very confusing, just like every other car manufacturer, with I think they have 4 different models of the Mach-E you can choose from. They have the basic one, which is the Select model. That is the most basic one. This one is the Select model, so it is the most basic. So with the Select model, it comes with a smaller battery pack, so you get 250 miles of range, which is not that much. I mean, 100% 250. So for daily driving, you only want to charge up to 80%. So you may be getting around 200 miles of daily driving, which again, no one drives 200 miles in a day, but no one wants to be charging every day either. Also, with the Select model, you do not get an automatic tailgate. Yes, it is manual. But you do get automatic seats, which is awesome. The Kia EV6 GT, which is their most expensive model that I test drove, had manual seats. And I asked them, hey, why is it manual seats? And they said it's to save battery range. So getting back to it, we have the Select model, we have the Premium model. I think there's a California Route 1 model, which makes, I don't know where that's from, but okay. And they also have their most expensive, the GT model. So the Select model starts at $43,000 with the GT model starting at $60,000. But already what annoys the crap out of me is the dealership mindset that Ford and all these car manufacturers have. And that is one of the huge reasons why we decided to get a Tesla. Like for instance, we were actually considering this bad boy when we were getting the Tesla Model Y. We were like, should we get the Ford Mach-E? At the time, the price points were very similar. It was the second option we could have gotten. And we were like, maybe we should just get the Ford Mach-E. So I went ahead, I emailed them. When I went to the dealer, they said, okay, this is how much you're gonna have to pay for it. And I was like, wait, what? Apparently what you build on the website is not the price you pay for the car. When you get to the dealer, they add all these dealer markups. But with Tesla, you go online, you put the $100 non-refundable deposit, you get the price of the car, and that's what you pay. Now, I do recommend the Premium model because you get more miles. However, the Select model comes standard with rear wheel drive, but for an additional $3 grand, you can upgrade to all wheel drive and use all the wheels, which is perfect for wet weather and more control. Now with Tesla, they keep it real chill, daddy chill, with 3 models to choose from, and that's it. You have your standard range model with 279 miles. You have your long range model, which is what I have, for 330 miles. And you have the performance model with 303 miles. As far as price points go, they recently added the standard range Model Y with a really reasonable price range. And honestly, I think they did that to compete with that bad boy over there, the Mach-E, with a starting price of $48,000. For the Model Y long range, which is what I have, it starts at $50,000, and the Y Performance, it starts at $55,000. One big thing that's huge, and pretty much the reason why you should probably get a Tesla Model Y, is that the Mach-E does not qualify for the full $7,500 EV tax credit. The reason why is because not everything is made in the United States compared to the Tesla. So you're getting a more expensive car with less range, less features than the Tesla. However, if you guys are Elon Musk haters, the Mach-E isn't a bad choice. So the cool thing about the Ford Mach-E is it does have a camera here. So it does have a front-facing camera for that 360 panoramic view monitor. You got the fake grills here. I'm sure this opens up for more aerodynamics, so that's cool. The exterior is classic Mustang and clean with sequential rear turn signals. It does look slightly smaller than the Model Y at different angles, however. The Select model comes standard with 18-inch wheels, but with the premium models, you can upgrade to 19 and 20-inch wheels. The one interesting thing is the huge hood on the Mach-E, which is very similar to the Mustangs. However, I didn't really see or have any problem seeing out the window. The Tesla, on the other hand, is just a clean and simple car. It's one of the best-selling SUVs for a reason. Let's talk about the interior. Now with Ford, they really treat it like an ICE car, which is an internal combustion engine. You open the door and nothing happens. You get a nice animation when you open the door, which is cool, but the climate control doesn't turn on. You can't see your range, nothing. I mean, it tells you the time and that you're in park. You even have an accessory button, which is crazy. Press it twice with your foot on the brake. Then it tells you your percentage, 81%, then the climate control turns on, all that stuff. I have to say, I really do like the interior aside from the plastic buttons. It's very intuitive, easy to use. Touchscreen is easy. You have that floating dock here where you can charge 2 cell phones, wireless charging. There's another deep area down here if you wanted to like put anything. And you have your gear shifters in this nice plastic scroll wheel. One cool thing that Ford has, and I guess all other car manufacturers have, that Tesla for some reason doesn't want to include, is a home link button, baby. We can open our garage door with the home link, which is cool. Whereas with Tesla, I think it's like $350 to get it installed. The beauty with Tesla though is it automatically opens and closes your garage door. And also you can have the option where your mirrors automatically fold. Again, no door handle, nothing to do. Press this button and the door actually pops open. Boom. I love how they did double seals. So you have 2 seals here, so it really helps, supposed to improve road noise. Have a nice little door cubby here, just with a little bit of space. Definitely more space in the Model Y, but there's still enough space to put like a water bottle and something. The door handle opening function is really cool. There's no actual physical door handle. To open the doors is lever, and you have to pull this lever to open it. So that's cool. So it is a manual opener, I believe. So there is no like emergency release like they have with the Teslas where it's all digital. Now, as far as leg room goes, this is the seat for a 6'3" person. So I just kept this here, and I'm 6'3" in the back, and I actually have pretty good leg room. Now my head touches the top. However, they did a great job. It goes here and it waves here. This is a perfect headspace. You can see that. We have a USB-A and a USB-C port for charging, 2 air vents, and that's pretty much it. So that's all you need for the back here. The back actually surprisingly is not that bad. Again, the seats don't recline further back, but they are very, very comfortable, which is very nice. But with the Tesla, you can literally just put your foot on the brake and drive. And if you wanted to, you can use your Canique ring, start the car that way. Or if you had a Tesla key card, you can place it there and start the car that way. And that's another cool thing with Tesla is that there's hundreds and thousands of companies that make accessories for the car. I mean, you can have an aftermarket dashboard, you can have LED lights, you can have a cell phone charger, and one of my personal favorites is, of course, my Canique silver ring. This is like a new one, it's made out of silver. I think they increased the sensor size too because it makes starting the car like 100 times easier. Link in the description below. The Tesla, of course, is one of the most minimal interiors you'll find in any car manufacturer. Their 15.4-inch screen is the backbone for all the other car manufacturers for big iPad-looking screens with tons of information easily accessible. In the rears, they keep it simple as well with a beautiful panoramic glass roof, as well as 2 USB-C ports, and I can easily fit in the back as well with more headroom than the Mach-E. Okay, so here we have our 15.5-inch display. Looks awesome. I didn't think I'd be a fan of the vertical display because I'm so used to Tesla with it being horizontal. However, overall, I'm very happy with it. It looks great. The thing I hate the most, however, is this tacky button here. I do like how there's functions like you can adjust the volume, you can press it. When you adjust the climate, it switches to climate, so you could adjust that as well. If you wanted to change the fan speed, you could change that also. Pop up this, here's the climate control. Very nice, very simple. It's not laggy. I can still see stuff, no problem. I could zoom in, I could do all that fun stuff. I have Apple CarPlay you can connect to as well, which is cool. This is your charging schedule. So it says this is like what my charge is at, 91%. So yeah, can I adjust I don't know why I can't adjust on here. So, I mean, it's something definitely I need to get used to because with the Tesla, you can adjust it. So when you charge, it's easy. However, I'm sure you can adjust it easily, no problem. Let's take a look at the app. So very simple. It's very simple. It's a car for driving. Entertainment goes, they have YouTube you could play, you could just play some games. So they have some super basic games, but at least they have something to do while you're charging your car. Calm screen just gives a nice calming screen on there. Nothing cool about it. It's just looks like a phone, like a giant phone. So you can customize some features here. You cannot customize the amount of regenerative braking, but you can turn it on or off. So you can turn it off if you want to and drive like a normal engine car if you wanted to. Blind spot information system in the mirrors. I mean, one thing I love is the blind spot monitoring system in other cars. Tesla's is kind of weird. It just shows on the display. You don't get any sort of indicator on the mirror. With Ford, they have that, so that's nice. Rear cross traffic alert, something that's not in the Tesla, unfortunately. I don't know why, but that's cool that they have it. I like how they have a nice little diagram as well. Connectivity, what's cool is this has a hotspot. So it has a vehicle hotspot that you could use to connect. And it's something that a lot of people want in their Teslas. Now, if you want to know more about the Tesla user interface, I have legit dedicated videos on them. So check it out. So you still have to turn off the car. You can't just walk away and it turns off. So now the car's off, the climate's off. Woo! So here I am in the trunk of the Ford Mach-E. I am a little disappointed. Now with my Tesla Model Y, we were surprisingly able to fit 6 luggages and 3 adults when we went to Singapore recently. We did kind of cheat a little bit. We removed one of the trunk wheel wells and put a luggage inside of there. But that's the whole point of it, right? All right, so we got the Mach-E over here. We got this thing. Let's see if there's any space in here. Oh, wow, that is tight. No space. What's cool about the Mach-E is it does come with a tire repair kit. You do have to purchase this separately to charge your car at home. It's an extra $500. There's actually no wheel well, so there's nowhere for me to put any sort of luggages here. So already as far as luggage test is concerned, I'm almost positive the Mach-E is way smaller than the Tesla Model Y. Now in the back here, we have our 12-volt outlet. We have some hooks to store stuff, and that's about it. No way to recline the seats or put them down from the back like you can with the Model Y. 60-40 split, so unlike the Tesla Model Y, where it can split in the middle, if let's say you have golf clubs or something, and you could just put the middle seat down. With the Mach-E, you can only do the right side or the left side, so that is unfortunate. When we had the Model Y, we had 6 luggages. Right now, we only have 4. And already I don't have any space under the wheel wells, so I can only work with what I have here. So surprisingly, even though it doesn't seem like it, there is a good amount of space in the Mach-E. I feel like if not 6 full-size luggages, definitely 5 luggages can fit. We're gonna measure the width from this piece all the way to this piece, and then we're gonna measure on the Tesla. So here we're only getting 40 inches. From the seat back to the plastic piece, we're getting 34.5 inches. Now we got the Y right over here. Let's go ahead and measure it real quick. So with the seat fully up on the seat back right there, we're getting 44 inches. So 10 inches more. That's crazy. 37.5. So it is slightly smaller by like 3 inches width-wise. However, I mean, we're not even counting the space that you could put all this. We have like water bottles, sandals, chargers, spare jackets in here. I mean, this thing is so deep. It's like 12 inches deep. Whereas with the Mach-E, I mean, you get what? 2 inches of extra storage space. So I just want to see how long is the Model Y from this back piece all the way to the front seats. Luckily with the Tesla, I could just put these down. All the way to here, we're getting 79 inches. Ford, I mean, you gotta give me a win sometime. So luckily, because it's not that deep of a trunk, I could just press the button here from the back and push it down. We are getting 65 inches. So that's a huge difference. I mean, I'm very surprised on the storage space you have in the Mach-E versus the Model Y. And that's one of the biggest reasons why we decided to get a Tesla, is because there's so much storage space. You could put stuff in the wheel wells and the side cubbies, everything. But let's go ahead and check out the front. Now, before we open the front, let's talk about one of the most annoying things about the Mach-E. How do you open the front? Under home, I can't find it. So the only real way to find it is to go to like your controls option. At the top is where the front button is. They also have a manual front open handle, just like a gas car. The one thing you can't do in your Tesla is this. Whew! So with the Mach-E, the beauty with the front is it does have a drain hole. So you can definitely use it to store ice or store your drinks, which is super cool. As far as the width goes, it's actually kind of small. So lengthwise, from end to end, it's giving me 35.5 inches. See how long it is? 16 inches long. It's not the biggest frunk, but at least there is a frunk. I know the Lexus BZ doesn't even have a frunk. They just put all the stuff in there. So I'm very happy Ford at least has a frunk. Widthwise, we are getting 33.5. I'm getting around 17 inches. So slightly longer than the Mach-E. But yeah, so overall very similar front-wise. So that is the interior, but how does this bad boy drive? Now, one thing about the Model Y already, aside from the handling, is it's definitely bumpier. But the one thing I noticed is that it's so much more roomier back here. I do have I feel like the same amount of shoulder space, but the head space on this thing is insane. It's just so much more open because of course you have that huge one-piece glass roof. But again, it's definitely a little bit on the bumpier side than the Mustang Mach-E. The newer Model Ys do have something called a comfort suspension, which may help with the suspension even more. But the one we have is the older suspension, and it is definitely a little bit bumpier. But again, it's not too bad. So what about the Mach-E in the back? Surprisingly, it's actually not too bad. I mean, it's a little bit bumpy, way smoother than the Model Y. However, honestly, I have plenty of headroom. It's not too bad, not too cramped. I have pretty good shoulder space. Although I will say again, the back seats don't recline, so you don't have that option. But honestly, I feel like I wouldn't even need to because the back seats are really comfortable as it is. Ford has something called Blue Cruise, where on certain freeways and parts of the freeway, not the whole freeway, it'll stay in the lane, change lanes for you, maintain the speed, and all that fun stuff. Now, Tesla has something very similar aside from the lane changes. It's their free Autopilot, where it stays in the lane really well and does a great job. And for a small fee, you can easily upgrade to enhanced Autopilot, which does all that plus more, like auto park as well as change lanes for you. But that's it, it's a one-time fee. However, with Ford, you have to pay $2,100 for that. You do get 3 years free. After that, you have to pay an additional whopping $800 a year to use that subscription. When I drove the Tesla to pick up this car and then drove the Mach-E, it was like driving a Tesla. The ride comfort's very comfortable. One pedal driving was very easy. It felt very smooth. It actually feels like the handling is maybe 10% better than the Model Y. For some reason, it just feels like it handles a little bit better. Better with the turns, better with the curves. It just felt more firmly planted. Okay, so here we go. Foot on the brake. We're gonna go into drive. It shows you all the gear icons on this display screen. So let's quickly talk about the drive mode. So when I first got the car, I was on whisper mode, which is the equivalent of chill mode. So what it does is it makes the acceleration not as touchy. It's very easy to drive. It's chill, it's calm. Daddy chill, this is the daddy chill, that's the daddy chill experience. When I change it to engage, What is the point of Engage? Just want it to be more balanced apparently, more fun to drive. Now I'm gonna try the unbridle option. So on unbridle, is it unbridle? Unbridle? Unbridle makes it so it's more aggressive. So you can already see the display. When you push on the accelerator, these lines pop up to make it like a Tron-like. So when you push on it, it like goes faster. And it really tries, it's all fake. All the sounds that you're hearing. Again, the push to start thing is just weird. But I have to say, all the other car manufacturers besides Tesla do that. And don't even get me started on the app. I'm gonna talk about that too. And as you notice, I didn't even talk about the Tesla supercharging. All those big car companies are joining up with Tesla's NACS connector so that they can use Tesla's supercharging network, which is a smart idea. So yeah, so I'll pay you. If you have an EQB or some sort of electric car, email me and we can set something up. Blue Cruise on. Watch the road, be prepared to resume control. So it says that there, Blue Cruise is on. I need to increase the speed. I'm going way too slow. I'm going 65 miles per hour. Hands-free, which means I can take my hands off the wheel. Apparently this helps you switch lanes as well. It's looking, the cameras are looking to see where I am. I got my hands ready to go. So if I was to switch lanes, let's try switching lanes. Preparing lane change. Ooh, look at that cool animation. So it changed lanes for me. Now, very similar to Rivian and all those car manufacturers, it only works on certain parts of the 5 freeway. So it's not even the whole part. So that's what kind of sucks. I don't know if you can hear, but I hear the road noise near the window here. I'm in stop and go traffic, so it does work where it stays in the lane. Like see how it's staying in the lane? And it is like going faster and slower and just kind of keeping the distance in front of the car. However, it doesn't say Blue Cruise hands-free, so I think I do have to keep my hands semi on the wheel. Tesla's trying to, oh my God. This Tesla driver, what the heck? And you should see who, it was like this Asian lady with the mask like down to here. She's cut like 5 cars, that's so effed up. But I mean, a lot of fun stuff. Elon Musk is a quirky guy, so you get fun stuff. You can watch Netflix in your car. Well, you can watch YouTube in the Mach-E. You can fart with the Tesla. You have a light show. You have cool games. If you have the Model S or Model X, you have Steam Deck integration, so you can play Steam games in your car. It's just endless. There's just so much cool stuff about the Tesla that make the Tesla so unique. Like, you have dog mode. Where's the dog mode on this thing? Where's the camp mode? So yeah, the blind spot monitoring is on the mirror, just like a Lexus and other car. It like turns yellow when someone's in your blind spot. All right, so now we're pulling into a parking lot to test out the auto park function. Now, one thing with Tesla is that it uses the cameras to determine the spot to park in. However, with a lot of car manufacturers, it uses the sensors. There's supposed to be a notification that pops up that tells me that. I don't think this might not even have that feature because it's the basic model. This is the perfect spot. I'm coming up to this spot. I'm gonna pass the spot slightly. Any notification? But why would they have a P button? I don't know why I would have to navigate to a parking structure. How often do people do that? So overall, the driving experience is not bad compared to all the other cars I test drove. I have to say, if you don't want a Tesla Model Y because you hate Elon Musk and hate Tesla, get a Ford Mach-E. Now, one thing I hate that all car manufacturers have, aside from Tesla, is their app. It's just horrible. Now with Tesla, you have all these features that you can do with your Tesla in the app. I mean, you have tons of features. However, with Ford, it is so mid. You can unlock the car, start the car, lock the car, or honk the horn. That's it. You can see your charge rate as well as your tire pressure. But that's literally all you can do, and that's kind of bad. It's horrible. It gives you no way to do anything else. Now, I feel like one important thing nobody talks about is safety. One of the big reasons why people get these type of SUVs is because they have to haul around kids or fur babies. Now, aside from not having a 7-seater option, is the Mach-E a good choice if you have kids? Don't worry, the Mach-E does a great job with safety, just like the Model Y. Using my favorite website, IHS, they both scored at the top of their game for the SUV rating. However, I will say the Model Y has a slight advantage because it was tested in nighttime pedestrian crash safety prevention at night, but the Mach-E wasn't able to do that. And I don't know if you guys saw that horrible news article, but the Model Y did drive off like a 50-foot cliff and everyone survived. So if that isn't the safest car around, I don't know what is. So while the basic Model Y is slightly more expensive than the basic Mach-E, when you kind of build it out a little bit, the Model Y actually becomes way cheaper and the battery ratio is better on the Model Y than the Mach-E. Let me show you guys. So when you build a Tesla Model Y long range, it starts at pretty much $51,000, and it comes with a range of 330 miles. That comes with regular autopilot, all that stuff. However, when we go to the Ford Mach-E website and we want to build a premium Mach-E, which comes with like basic stuff, and we also want to get the extended battery range as well as all-wheel drive, the extended battery range has a range of 312 miles. So already it's 18 miles less than the Tesla Model Y. And the total cost of that vehicle, just with everything included, all the basic stuff, no Ford Blue Cruise or anything, comes out to $59,000. So if you look at it in that perspective, the Model Y is $8,000 cheaper than the Mach-E with more miles and more features. So honestly, the Model Y is a no-brainer. Being able to use all the tech features on your app, like set a charge schedule, view the cameras on the Sentry mode when you're millions of miles away, is honestly a game changer for the Tesla, and it's always getting better and cooler. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below if you guys drive the Mach-E, how you guys like it versus the Model Y. I'm sure there are tons of you guys who decided between the Model Y and Mach-E like myself. What you guys choose? Anyways guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.